the fact that this disease has become the leading cause of death for African American women between the ages of 25 and 34. The spread of HIV/AIDS is the single greatest health crisis currently confronting African Americans.
Join the Cathedral Praise Church of Memphis Incorporated each Sunday at 12:30 p.m. for our Spirit-filled worship service and each Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. for our Bible study. You do not want to miss these power-packed services. We are a church for all people, and we welcome you as we transform the Memphis culture. The church is located inside Bunn Presbyterian Church at 561 South Prescott Street, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm Dr. Darnell Goose Jr., Senior Pastor of the Cathedral Praise Church of Memphis Incorporated, and I hope to see you there.
This is the city. This is their story. Some names have been changed, and so many lives have been changed too. They're going to give you the facts, just the facts. Some call this a city of crime. When they're done, it's going to be the city that cares a lot. This is the city, Memphis, Tennessee, where fearless, inspired, on-fired, hungry rabble of revolutionaries has transformed hearts and minds. Not with weapons, but with their own brand of compassion, integrity, and hard work. All they're asking is for you to join their movement. It's easy to join with a donation of $20, $50, or $100. And it's all for the nonprofit organization Relationships Unleashed. With this donation, you will help enhance the 3 core principles of education, empowerment, and enrichment to the LGBTQ community and its allies. Go to www.relationshipunleashed.com on the World Wide Web, relationshipunleashed.com. All donations are tax deductible. Come on, join the movement. By the way, I don't need a badge or a gun. I carry a microphone, bub.
Put your hands in the air, Trigger. Put your hands in the air.
Nothing on that beat.
Oh, nana, look what you done started. Oh, nana, why you gotta act so naughty? Oh, nana, I'm about to spend all this cash. Oh, nana, if you keep shaking that. Oh, na na na. Put your hands in the air if you're loving tonight. Oh, na na na. Keep your hands in the air if you're spending the night. Oh, na na na. Oh, na 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 na. Everybody say it like. Oh, na na na. Oh, na 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 na. Everybody say it. Baby, I'm the one you like, yeah. I'ma give you what you like, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'ma give it to you right, yeah. Best time of your life, yeah. Oh, yeah. Baby, when you ready, tell her wait, just get the check. Girl, I know you ready, I ain't even got to check. You been through the worst, let me show you the best. You know I'ma get you right, girl, them boys to the left.
And we're back. And this is the Unleashed Voice Radio Show, broadcasting live in the studio of KWAM 990 and FM 107.9, the Voice. And this is the Unleashed Voice Radio Show. We are right here, baby, where we employ 3 core principles: education, empowerment, and enrichment. And you know, on June the 14th, we got Tri-State Black Pride is going to be coming to Memphis, Tennessee. So if you haven't heard, let me introduce it to you today. This is the 2nd annual Pride called Tri-State Black Pride, sponsored by the Cathedral Foundation, where the opening ceremony is going to be at the National Civil Rights Museum. We're going to have live music by none other than Sharice Scott and Arnisha King. We're going to have dinner. We're going to have an award ceremony. It's going to be hosted by Timon Sawyer. Is going to be our, what do you call a female MC? Our hostess?
Mistress of ceremony.
Mistress of ceremony, thank you. And we're going to have a great time. We're going to have meals. We're going to have a little communion going on in there. So if you are interested, jump over to Eventbrite or go to tristateblackpride.com and grab your ticket, because this will sell out. The tickets are only $20, and all of this is included with your admission. So join us. We're going to talk about Pride a little more later on in the show. But we just want you to know that we got great things in store for you. It's a 4-day festival from the 14th through the 17th. Tri-State Black Pride.
All right, let's jump into the radio show. So today, my issue with the black community is we had another incident with the Waffle House about on May the around May the 16th, somewhere in that area, with the young man Anthony Walls. And the incident went viral when you showed a police officer using force, and he chokeslammed Anthony to the ground. He called Anthony a nigger and a faggot. No, the employees of the Waffle House called Anthony a nigger and a faggot. They called the police. Police ended up chokeslamming him on the ground, and that was it. But the black community was on an outrage when this sister has the same last name as us. Her name is Shakisha Clemens.
Yes.
Prior to that week, she was victimized by some employees at the Waffle House. Police slammed her on the ground, exposed her breast and everything. Remember that video? Mm-hmm. And the black community, they went viral, boycott Waffle House, let's do this, let's do that. But when they found out that Anthony Walls was a gay black man, 22-year-old black man, it was silence. Mm-hmm. And here we go with the homophobia of the black community again. They were in an outrage about this sister being victimized. But then when the brother was victimized and abused and called a faggot, it was quiet. Where's the pro-blackness and where is the outrage? We had outrage with Eric Garner. We had outrage with Tamara Rice. We had outrage with Michael Brown. But when the brother, who was gay, got the same treatment as these other people, it's silence. And then we've had two sisters in Texas, in Dallas, Texas, two black trans sisters who've been murdered within the last week, I think. And you hadn't heard anything about these two black trans sisters being murdered down in Dallas, Texas. And once again, the media is overlooking that, and the black people who know about it, they're overlooking it. And it's a struggle to get this out in the media because we have homophobia and transphobia within the black community, and we don't say anything. So we as black people, once again, if one black person is affected, all black people are affected. We have to stop this homophobia and transphobia and just stand up. You got to pick a side. You can't go back and forth like that. Either, am I not black?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I was black. You got to pick a side. Either you're going to stand up for righteousness or you're not. So that's my issue with what's going on in the media with these people who identify as homosexuals, who identify as transgender. You cannot treat them any different than the other black people who were victimized by the Waffle House and by the police. So that's my issue with the black community and the media.
Well, there's a lot that goes into this. And, death, the link between the death is like it shows that shame exists even in death, when it relates to people. Shame exists in life, and shame doesn't end just because you got killed. And shame exists in death. Mm-hmm. And, it's not part of the larger mainstream conversation. They won't talk about it. And, it's brought on by black people who are invested in religion and the patriarchal doctrine, and they say queerness is a sin and an abomination, and they almost want to say that that's God's way of working it out against you. Mm-hmm. And it's a shame that this culture is created is against men, especially black men.
Yep.
Women, we fall in that narrative also, but it's right in there against black men. Did you cut me down? I'm on the white. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me check my headphones. So,
and if you want to get in this conversation, call us at 901-260-5926. Again, the number is 901-260-5926. And in order to break this homophobia and transphobia, we have to address it in our homes, in the schools, in the churches, in the workplace, if we as black people are going to be liberated. We're not going to be liberated until we talk about these issues, because black people try to make, quote unquote, sane and loving homosexuality the abomination, the epitome of all sins, which is not a sin, but they try to make it on the top of Mount Everest and say that's the worst thing in the world, and we're not going to support it, we're not going to do this, blah, 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 blah. And so, black people, we're something else with ourselves.
Well, it's like the respectability you know, they got this standard about, you know, who gets to be the political movement, or who gets to be the say my name, you know. And until the trans community started saying say her name, you know, nobody was saying the names of the victims of transgender. You know, we had like a couple of years ago, it was just killings and killing of the trans women. And our trans women, it took the trans community to step in. So maybe it might take the gay black men to step in to call for a movement.
We have too many, I'm going to say it, I know plenty of them, too many closeted black gay men who, it's like, who stay in the closet during the daytime, and at nighttime, the freaks come out at night. And it's sad. It's the truth. It's sad. It's sad. I mean, I know plenty of them who can't be boisterous and do things and say things because they're in fear of their families, their jobs, their workplace, the church. It's just it's sad that you cannot be yourself. And I'm trying to fight against the stigma and break it. And I'm going to do everything I can to break the stigma and be the voice and be the vehicle that help bring this thing to a forefront. And caller, we have a caller. Caller, you live on the live show on KWAM 990 Talk Radio, the new 107.9. What's on your mind?
My peoples, how you doing, brother?
Hey, how you doing? Hold on, David. If you all can hear our caller, give us a thumbs up. If you can hear our caller talking, go ahead, David.
I sent you a email, young lady. I want to make sure you know that I sent you an email.
You sent one to me?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, I didn't know that the brother was gay, but I don't know why it matters. You know.
Me either, David.
All I know is that he was treated, it looks to be like, unfairly, and he was treated wrong. I hadn't changed my opinion of it. So, I look at it this way. I'm not gay, but if you assault a gay person, then why wouldn't you assault me?
Hello? No, not a gay person. A black brother. They said the volume is low on the call. Not you, David. We're going in the studio. Not a gay brother, but a black brother. Because the first thing the police saw and the people in IHOP saw was a black man sitting in IHOP.
That's correct. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely correct. I mean, there's no question about that. So it goes back to what I just stated. Then why wouldn't I be assaulted?
Well, something happened to cause the confrontation, and for the server to call him out of his name, call him faggots and sissies and all of that. So something had to happen, either mannerism or something he said for the server to pick up on. But in both of these instances, Waffle House has taken the low road, you know, to say that the employee was within their right to call the police. But Bernice King came out and made a statement, and she put a tweet out that said that boycott Waffle House until they come and put some things in place, such as what Starbucks did to address this type of behavior with their employees, some cultural sensitivity, some diversity and inclusion. And most of their patrons are probably, middle class, low, I love Waffle House, but anyway, I'm not going to Waffle House anytime soon until they come out and make some type of position about this particular incident and how they plan to move forward. Because no matter what happened, it still looks bad for it to happen in that particular establishment twice, and in the way both people were treated by law enforcement, and law enforcement do not get a pass in this situation as well.
Yeah, somebody put on Facebook, which I thought was a very, very good point. So why is it that the white boys that go out and kill a bunch of folks are taken in without being killed, and yet unarmed African-American men in a freaking police stop are killed?
Man, what you talking about? Ain't that something?
Yeah. my thing is this. My favorite quote, I think I've said it before on your show, is injustice is by Dr. King. Is injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Mm-hmm. And I have no issue at all if somebody's treated incorrectly and badly, standing up for them, fighting for them, making it clear that incorrect behavior is incorrect behavior, no matter what the person's sexual orientation